Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, I've been thinking about the character Alden from The Walking Dead. He's been in Season 8, Season 9. I was surprised, quite frankly, I was surprised that he survived Season 8. He just seemed too good to be true. And he still is too good to be true. Maybe not as a character, but just as a character on this show where... It just seems like all the likable characters get killed. All the characters that do the right thing get killed. The characters that have, a high moral conscience get killed. Even the funny characters like Abraham get killed. I mean, it just... Alden or however you pronounce his name, he just seemed a little too perfect to live very long on this show, and he's lived a lot longer than I expected him to. He's pretty much lived over a season's worth of episodes, because he was introduced in like the second episode of season 8, and he's still alive and everything, and he seems to have this storyline in season 8 where he wants to do the right thing. He wants the saviors and the other communities to not fight and to be at peace, and he's still trying to convince Maggie to sort of see things his way and to be more open-minded about the saviors. And he just seems like this really high moral person. He's kind of sarcastic, has a sense of humor. Some people say that he is the TV version of Dante, and I mean, yeah, their characters are similar, but Dante was not a savior. You gotta think that is a big deal. I don't see Maggie ever getting romantically involved with someone that is a savior, that used to be a savior, that had anything to do with the saviors. It's just, I mean, just look at the way she treated Arat in the last episode. If you were a part of the saviors, even if you were just following orders, she doesn't like you that much, and it's not necessarily right. I understand where she's coming from, but yeah, I don't see her getting together with Alden, because Alden was the savior. She might like Alden, she might be friends with Alden, she might end up becoming best friends with Alden. I mean, she's also leaving the show apparently, so I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. But with Alden, I think I don't see him surviving season 9. I mean, maybe he does. I didn't see him surviving season 8, and he did. He just seems. He just seems too good to be true. He just seems. I mean, I know he's not a perfect character, but he's too perfect of a character to stay alive very long on this show. All the characters like Tyrese and Abraham and Beth and Bob and even the funny characters like Abraham, Merle, Axel, a lot of those personality types don't make it very long, and I was just really surprised that Alden has survived this long. Could he make it to season 10? It's possible. I mean, we are possibly looking at a heavy death toll this season if they really do kill off Rick. I don't know what they're going to do with Maggie. They said it's going to be open-ended. Rosita and Ezekiel could get their comic deaths. Maybe they live, Tara goes instead. But that's another thing. The heads on spikes. I don't know if we're going to get the heads on spikes in episode 8. I feel like at this point that'd be too soon. Episode 10, 12, 16. But I do believe that we will get that this season. At the rate they're going, the heads on spikes could be the last episode of the season. They haven't even really introduced the Whisperers yet, and we're 3 episodes in. So they could be waiting until the next half of the season to introduce the Whisperers, Alpha, Beta, Lydia, everyone else. And I know we got the thing with Rosita and Eugene in the trailer, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they were filming the back half of the season by the time they did the trailer. I don't know. Maybe they had that scene ready so they could put it in the trailer to get fans excited, but they didn't film the rest of the episode, because it's really starting to seem like the Whisperers are being saved for the back half of the season. And the reason I'm saying that is because if Rick does die in episode 5, which is what everyone is saying, it's pretty much been confirmed. It's not really a spoiler. Like, AMC is pretty much telling us that. they're gonna kill Rick, have the characters mourn Rick, and then Whisperers, new bad guys. You can't mourn over Rick. So I feel like they're gonna save the Whisperers for the back half of the season, and if they save them for the back half, then they're probably gonna do the heads on spikes in the finale. So my question is, will Alden be on one of the heads, one of the heads on spikes? And I have a hard time, like I said, I have a hard time imagining him making it to season 10, so he could be one of the heads on spikes. I mean, he's been pretty likable. He's got kind of a fan base already. A lot of people like his character. He wants to do the right thing. That is a very punishable trait on this franchise. If they do it like the comics, there's going to be 12 heads on spikes, 12 dead characters that are revealed to be dead out of nowhere. Now, it's not going to be Rick that walks by and sees them all. In the comics, it was Rick that walks by and sees all the heads. In the show, it's going to have to be someone else if Rick is dead, but it's still going to be, no matter who it is, no matter who sees the heads, it's going to be a dramatic scene, a very emotional scene, disturbing, traumatizing scene. Hopefully, the most traumatizing scene since the Lucille deaths of Glenn and Abraham, if not worse. I mean, what's wrong with it being worse? If it's 12 characters, I know that Glenn and Abraham were very popular characters. Abraham is my favorite character in the show to this day. But with 12 characters, with characters from different communities, with recurring characters we've spent multiple years with main characters we've spent multiple years with, yeah, it could be worse because you see their heads on spikes, you see their zombie faces. It can be worse because they're zombies. We never saw Glenn and Abraham be zombies. Their brains got destroyed. We don't really see their on-screen deaths. In the comics, we don't see them get killed. We just see the aftermath. We never see Rosita get held down, decapitated, or Ezekiel get held down, decapitated, and that makes it worse in the comics. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that in the show. They might have a flashback, especially with Rosita. If they do that with Rosita, I really feel like you need to have a flashback of Rosita's actual death. You can't just show her head on a spike and then move on, because she's such a warrior, she's such a badass, she does not deserve an off-screen death. Someone like Ezekiel, who's more of a pacifist, kind of a fighter when he has to be, giving him an off-screen death and then showing his head on the spike kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's going to be a devastating scene. It's going to be it should be a disturbing scene. I don't know if it's going to be 12 heads. I think it could be. We have enough background characters. We have Scott, who's been on the show since season 6. We have Barbara, the redhead. Though they haven't talked a lot or had much material, but they've both been on the show. Barbara's been on the show since season 5. Scott since season 6. You're gonna have their heads on spikes. Like I said, Ezekiel and Rosita. With Alden, I think he's a good pick because he wants to do the right thing. By the end of season 9, he has more time to get more character development and for his story arc to sort of come full circle, and maybe he's really happy before he dies or something. Then we just see his head on a spike. Because I just think Alden is just he's too good of a person. He's got sort of a charisma. He's funny. He wants to do the right thing. I just don't see him making it to season 10. If they keep him to season 10, that's cool. But you got to make choices. You got to pick characters that the audience likes. I know no one wants it to be Jerry. It could be Jerry. I kind of like the idea of Ezekiel being a head on spike and Jerry just getting enraged and hardened by that, because he is his king. A big part of Jerry has been his dedication to protecting Ezekiel. But I do think that Alden is a good pick. He's a good option. And like I said, at the rate they're going, they're not going to have time to do the heads on spikes in the first half of the season. They might not even introduce the whispers in the first half. So if they introduce the whispers in the second half, I see no reason for the heads on spikes to not be the finale. I mean, it ends with a bang. It makes people want to watch the trailer for season 10. It makes people want to watch season 10, having that ending, those 12 heads on spikes out of nowhere, because you do want to give people a reason to watch the show that are upset about Rick Grimes not being on the show anymore. So having the heads on spikes, having that cliffhanger, would be great. And this is not Scott Gimple we're talking about. If Scott Gimple wrote the finale of the season 9, we would have the characters go, oh my god, and we don't see the heads on spikes, and then episode 1 of season 10 would be flashbacks to episode 2, episode 3, maybe episode 5 we'd actually get the heads on spikes. He'd show that to us, because he loves unnecessary cliffhangers and making things take too long, and splitting things in to multiple episodes when they should not be split up into multiple episodes. But with Angela Kang, oh my god, with how good the first 3 episodes of this season have been, the heads on spikes has the potential to be amazing. And as a finale, as an ending, and with Alden being among the heads, you're looking at a pretty good finale that's going to make people come back for the next year, which, you know, that's probably their goal. They want you to come back for season 10. Season 10 will not have Rick Grimes. We don't even know if it'll have Maggie. So yeah, I think killing Alden, having him be one of the heads on spikes, having that be the finale of season 9 is it's a pretty good idea. I think it could work, but that is just me. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy, hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. We are currently at 153 subscribers. I'm hoping that we can get to 200 in the next few weeks. Please subscribe if you're interested. Just remember, every subscriber counts, and if you want to share this channel, Twitter, Facebook, your friends, family, your church, your work, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Just remember, every bit of support is appreciated. If I can't personally tell you face to face I appreciate your support, which I really can't, because it's, you know, it's a fucking YouTube channel on a computer. How am I supposed to do that? What do you want from me? I'm just kidding, but just know that I appreciate every last drop of support, every last bit of support from you guys. And to those of you that actively or non-actively watch my videos, I appreciate you guys too. The guys that actually do give me my couple of views per video. I'm just kidding. You guys are the reason I make videos. You guys are the reason I still try. I still, you know, cover topics about The Walking Dead. If every video had no views, there would be no videos. I would just quit. So you guys are the reason I do this, and you guys are also part of the reason why I want to expand the community, give you more people to talk to in the comments section. So just keep all these things in mind. I appreciate every bit of help. With all that said, I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.